So a good afternoon to you from St Luke's Park North in Concord. It is, well, it's semi-finals day here in the Sydney's women's rugby competition. You join us for our premier final, our first one. Pits Manly up against Hunter. And having a look at the teams today across both our 15 semi-finals in Div 1, plenty of international and super talent, plenty of capped and uncapped Wallaroos, and wouldn't be surprised, well, if you see some of these names on a much bigger stage as the women's game continues to grow, and it's great to see a good turnout here for today's semi-final. Mermaids are in the blue jersey with the red shorts, and Hunter are in the white and blue and red hoops with the dark blue shorts. We're just about set to get underway here, and we'll cap off some earlier results for you as well. But at the moment, all eyes on semi-final number one. It's 2 versus 3 here. The Mermaids will be kicking off, running from left to right on your screen against this Hunter Wildfires side. Some might say the new kids on the block in terms of district rugby, but certainly making an impact very early on in their first decade in this system. Referee checks his watch. We're just about ready to go here. And off we go. The Mermaids kicking off. It's brought out of the 4 and 22 metre zone. Probably about 35 away, calling this game from ground level, so you'll excuse me if I can't give you fully accurate details. Phases, and it's a knock-on by the Wildfires, and the Mermaids are going to have a crack early on. This Manly side stacked with Super Rugby women's talent. The Wildfires, plenty of homegrown talent. And we're also starting to get some recognition on the super level as well. Good to see. Feed comes in, it's held at the back, crawling forward, and out they go to Namua in the 14 towards the 22 metres line. Hands away is the call, and there's Georgina Tuipulotu at the back, distributing, trying to break into this quarter. Nada Kalisamasi going through the hands now and trying to find a way through. Waiata Ellis. Wildfires holding their shape for the time being, but good solid run there. And still moving forward into the 22 now through Kalisamasi again. Big gets over the sideline. It'll be a line out. So in the Div 2 games earlier this morning, Campbelltown Harlequins defeated West 15 points to 12, and Gordon got the job done on the Blues 41 to 14. It'll be a Quins versus Highlanders grand final, or should I say Gazelles, if my memory serves correct. They win their own line out, not necessarily convincingly, but they clear their line, get out of danger from inside the 22. Waiata Ellis again, Waratah superstar, and here's why, showing it. 45 away now. Mermaids right back on the attack here. Foot on the gas pedal and still moving forward. I think that's Senedi Kalisamasi there as well. Big. Ball eventually is presented out the back. Nada Kalisamasi again. Still with it. Jackson Talasi. Scrum will pack right on the 10 metres line. And don't forget, after this game, 3:10 p.m, it'll be Sydney Uni, the Lionesses, taking on Warringah Rats. And that'll also be broadcast to you on New South Wales Rugby TV. I'll be bringing you that game as well. Anthony DP with you. Normally calling subbies, but good to get the call up here for a cracking day of rugby. I was out here last year and it was absolutely fascinating. Every time we see the skill improvement, it makes you wonder why we haven't been doing this for a lot longer. Fed again and similar. They've gone down in the front row though. Referee's going to allow it to play on. And there's an offside penalty there. Taj held just a bit too eager. So the majority of this game played at this northern end. So far, it finds the trees around the 22 metres line at the far end. Advantage will play out here. A bit bewildered are the Wildfires, but they play on. The Mermaids, Manly, moving forward. Ball comes out. The advantage will expire. On the attack are Manly. Deep in the 22 now, moving towards the goal line of picking and driving, trying to get under the line. Still trying to crawl over. Not far off the stripe now. And in fact, right over it. Have a chat with the linesman here, the AR. Will this be the first points? Manly open up the scoring. Manly 5, Hunter Wildfires 0 with the kick to come. Not something you see every day. Number 2 taking a conversion kick, but of course, completely different beast to what we're used to. Five in from touch. Score remains Manly 5, Hunter Wildfires 0. Try and here come Hunter. To turnover and are on the attack. Manly's line up quickly. Very upright tackle. Too upright, in fact. It's a penalty. Referee having a chat here. Are we going to see an early card, or is this just a warning? Just the warning for now. Higher tackle, penalty sufficient. Penalty kick will be 25 away. Keeps it low, too low in fact. It's stolen back by Manly. Playing with fire, going in front of their goalposts and moving plenty of metres laterally and have to keep it alive. Maybe a bit too ambitious. They're very close to the AR, and it's a knock-on in fact. So Hunter will have a scrum in good position here. 10 minutes of the So when you look, women's 15-a-side comp, of course, this year. A single round robin earlier in the season between all 11 teams before being split into Div 1 and Div 2. This is Div 1. This is the peak of women's club rugby in Sydney. New South Wales, I might add, in fact, for our viewers from the Hunter. Welcome to you wherever you're watching from. Anthony Deep here with you for the call. Through the hands go the Wildfires, trying to find a gap through, and they have done so, and they strike right back under the post. Shana Povey-Hyatt will tie it up for the Wildfires. Wildfires 5, Manly 5, kick to come after 11 minutes. Well, story of this game so far, get the ball in good position, you can score. So the kick will be right in front. The Imogen Hope. Chip shot towards the southern goal post. Kicks it. And after that, the Wildfires take the lead. Hunter 7, Manly 5, 12 gone. Well, both our opening try scorers have doubled their season tally in this 15-a-side competition. Manly kick off once again into the 22 of the Wildfires. They bring it straight back out and not shying away from the contact and bringing this right up to halfway in front of our commentary position, and still with it, almost a maul. Hamilton must release the tackle. Another one of these superstars, and speaking of, there's Lane Morgan at 9 as well. Bobbles the ball, keeps it going, is healed. Plenty of homegrown talent in the Wildfires, linking up early. And of course, plenty of Waratahs women as well. Cleared away from the box by Morgan. Trickles into the 22. It's going to have to sit nicely to avoid going dead. These shorter in goals, and almost causes all sorts of headaches for Manly. But they're going to bring it back into the field of play. Defence is up early here. Ball's along the ground. They finally got it. Was that one over the shoulder? And I think the assistant referee is going to penalise that high tackle. So Manly survive for the time being. The field has been flipped. Goes the punt. And is going to find touch. Still in their own half. About 30 metres away from their own goal line here. Opening 9 minutes. Played at this northern end. Hunter on the back foot in the last 5 minutes. It's been all at the... Out of trouble here. Overthrown and stolen. Problems for Manly early on at the set piece. And here they come again through the back line. And the Wildfires with plenty of space to... Or is this going to be a card? Well, I'm not sure the Hunter's known for its love of cheese necessarily, but they are begging for it right now, and the referee may be obliging. Yeah. Georgia Tuipulotu. It is a yellow card. It goes from bad to worse for Manly. They're down by 2 points. They're now down a player. It's another high tackle. It's another penalty and another possession for the Wildfires, who have numbers streaming across field and trying to get through this gap. Can't do so just yet. Right in front of the sticks, about 10-15 away. Short ball around to Heald again. Look to go wide, still moving the ball laterally with, well, abandon right now, and still moving forward and across field, very close to that far sideline, which we don't have a great view of here from ground level on the opposite side, but towards this goal line. Dropped short, and they're picking and driving again. Stopped short again. Looking for it now. It's a strong tackle. There was no arms in it, says the referee. Well, Manly's defence need to clean up their tackling. They're able to put good contact on, but are being peppered by penalties. They have to sort this out early before this game gets away from them, because Hunter have come alive in the last 10. 17 gone. Wildfires were down early. We've got another card coming from the referee. What's the colour of it? It's also yellow. The Mermaids doing it tough, and will continue to do so. Jamie Studdy will be joined by a teammate very shortly in the naughty corner in the sin bin. Tap taken, blindside. Trying to go through the hands again, out the three-quarter line. And once again, Manly scrambling across in defence. They've only been cracked up the middle so far, but they're down 2 players, and they have to find a way to close any of those holes. And there it is, but stopped short. Scramble defence works once more. Hard to spot players from down here. It's a pile of bodies at the moment. Through the hands they go, trying to come up with a little trick play here. Inside ball kept alive beautifully by Hunter. Hunter still moving towards the goal line. Held up. Held up is the call. Goal line dropout, new interpretation brought in a few years ago. Nada Kalisimasi and Jamie Studdy on the sideline for another 8 minutes or so each. Manly to drop out. Held in the 7 jersey again. Hunter staying on that far sideline. It's been their main point of attack so far. Purvey high at the try scorer. And now going blindside again. And there are going to be some cold backs on this side of the field. Haven't seen a lot of ball. Held again. Tackle only, no maul formed. And still attacking. Hunter looking to extend their, albeit close lead. Ball comes loose. Still a penalty advantage by the look of it. No, it was a knock-on advantage, so it'll be a scrum in front of the goalpost once more. I think they thought it was a free kick or a tap. And they'll be called back to pack the scrum. 20 minutes gone. Hunter still lead. Manly 7 points to 5. Manly down to 13, playing rugby league essentially. Manly making an early change here as well. Looks like Moningtha Moale will be coming on in the 17. Manly won't mind a longer stoppage here. Every second ticking away ticks off that yellow. Well, there's 2 yellows rather. Set command comes in. Morgan feeds. Held stably at the back and still with it. Morgan shows, gives it outside, and they're going to have to find a way through here surely. But again, I think they've got there just in time, the Mermaids. But it is almost panic stations if it isn't already. Still with it, Hunter. Still with it. Held again, has had plenty of fingerprints on that Gilbert. And spreading the ball again through the back line, trying to find a way through. Shades of an obstruction there, and it's been intercepted by the Mermaids anyway. Once again on their back fence. Strong tackle possibility. It came up high, but both players were in the motion of falling. Mermaids looking to try and play out of their own 22 here. Refusing almost to kick clear. Now they do. From inside the 22, it almost takes out their teammates on the sin bin bench. And over the perimeter rope, it'll be a line out. And Kate Holland comes on in the 5 jumper. Brumby repping the Super Rugby Women's Comp. And how about this, Lynn Coleman, the Dutch international. Looks for it. It's been knocked on in the line out. First real mistake we've seen from Hunter in the last 15 minutes or so. Manly are going to be gifted some territory and possession here. So I only expect a few minutes remaining on that yellow card to Jamie Studdy. And Nada Kalisimasi won't be too far off behind her. It's about a 2-minute gap off the top of my head between them. And I'll just go ahead and apologise if I can't pick players out. It's very hard to do this at ground level. We'll do our best, and a bit of a own try situation as well. Possibly hope the referees are aware of it. Both teams in blue and red. Hopefully there won't be any confusion if we get a ruck close to the goal line. Scrum fed once again, driven well by Manly and trying to move forward and try and get back into attacking territory. Referee almost gets caught up in the ruck there. Mermaids, it's a penalty. Went over the ruck, I think, is what the referee has ruled. Heads. It's almost some collateral damage there, but we move. As long as it doesn't take one of the players out, that's all that matters. Get a good view up close to this line out. Pooley to throw in the 17. Does so, and it's well retained by the Mermaids. And Manly, well, they were in attacking position. They've turned it over. Was it reefed away? I think it was. And away go the Wildfires again. April Radford on in the 17, I think. A Mermaid player down still in back play. So they're going to have an even shorter defensive line for the time being. Ball comes out the back, and it'll be another penalty to Hunter. Manly's discipline causing them issues early on. Just about 9 minutes remaining in this first half, unofficially. Referee's time is the one that matters. What you're seeing on your screens at home or on the apps is only an indicative elapsed time. And once again, while we've got this small break in play, reminder, 3:10. Our next semi-final, it's 1v4. Undefeated Sydney Uni taking on Warringah. And that'll also be on New South Wales Rugby TV for you. I've just heard the end of a stopwatch timer. Wonder if that means that we'll be back to even strength, and I think we are, in fact, because Jamie Studdy is back on the field. So the Wildfires fail to take their two-player advantage for a no-arms tackle and a high tackle. And still some concern about the lower leg. And it's hard to tell at ground level who exactly is down for Manly. She'll be back on her feet in a second. It's Ella Walker. Looks like she'll return to the line. In the meantime, Hunter will resume. Deep kick for touch, finds it in good territory here. Can the Wildfires do it 15 on 15? As Nada Kalisimasi returns from the yellow card as well. So officially back to full strength now. Line out comes in, it's untidy, and it's not straight in any case. There'll be a Manly scrum option taken as we approach unofficially the last 5 minutes of the half. It's still advantage Hunter, 7 points to 5. One try apiece, and that conversion, the only thing separating them. Last time these two teams met 2 weeks ago in round 15 of the comp, Hunter defeated Manly 31-7. And if not for some good scrambling defence by Manly, he could have been looking at a very similar scoreline over that dual yellow card period. Scrum goes down, we'll reset it. This time do we get stability? We do. And Manly again at the scrum, making forward progress once more. It's another high tackle. Manly will kick for touch once more. This one I don't think has found it. And once again, the Wildfires on the attack. Well brought down by Neville. Back on the front foot. The Hunter looking for a late meat pie possibly here to extend this lead and give him a bigger buffer into the break as they go through their hands again. And still with it, Hunter. Strong carry by Hope again. But it's been turned over, not releasing. So it's a bit of a mulligan here, other side of the field. This one finds touch, not a ton of forward progress though. And as is typical in the suburban scene, but not necessarily up here in district competition. Where's the match ball gone? Someone's got to go into the bush and retrieve it. They've got it now. And Kalisimasi Netta, that is, will throw in. It's an awkward reception, but brought down well by the Mermaids, who are rolling this ball forward towards the halfway line and still rolling forward and looking to respond before halftime and steal this lead. And here they go. It's a strong tackle there once again by Kaya Little, the young superstar. Her name might be Little, but her game is certainly not. Got to roll away, and they haven't. Penalty advantage Mermaids with a chance to kick a long-range penalty goal if they wish to do so. Wouldn't be easy, though. Pohiva, the vice-captain. No advantage. Where's this penalty going to be marked? It's about 38 away. Might be a bridge slightly too far. But it's another chance for the Mermaids to get on the front foot. And this time the kick finds much better distance on touch. think that's Casey Jackson in the 20 if my team sheet's correct. About to make her way on the field. Western Force representative. You can see Warringah, the women's side, warming up as well. They've just arrived here at St Luke's Park North. Their game at 3:10, I believe, against Sydney Uni's Lionesses, looking to end the undefeated season. And that's the bell, so this will be the final phases of play. Of course, half can't end on a penalty. Retained by the Mermaids, and they go out the back to the maul, and they've had trouble stopping this when they've got it set up right, and they have done as Kalissimasi plays from the back. Still on the attack, still with it, and trying to spread this ball. There's a massive overlap if they can get out to it. Manly, they have done it. Pia Jackson towards the corner, stays in field. Good cover defence by the Wildfires, who are now right back under pressure, and the last time they were here felt like about a year ago. Penalty Manly again. Do they think about the goal kick? They don't. Although having said that, they're called back, and they may do so now. But we are having a chat here with the AR again. So once again, time has expired. The bell has been rung. But the game cannot, or the half rather, this first half cannot end on a penalty. Score still Hunter 7, Manly 5. Manly deep into Hunter's 22. Predominantly blindside backline by the look of it sent here. Again, hard to tell from ground level. But Namua in the 14 for Manly. It's about 25 metres deep from the back of the scrum. And if my eyes don't deceive me, he's almost pretty much unmarked if they can get the ball out to her. How good's your cutout pass? Let's see. They're going to go short passes first. And here they go. They kick across field. And if this one sits, it's not going to. But that play was on to Namua. But it's going to be a 2-point game at the break. And at the break, it's the Wildfires leading Manly 7 points to 5. Second half coming up right after this. Line check 1 2 1 2 3. Line check. Just 35 minutes remain in this semi-final. One of these teams will be going on to play the winner of Sydney Uni and Warringah. For the other one, rather, it'll be season over. Hunter, 2 points ahead at the moment. Just a conversion separating these two teams. I think the referee might just be having a chat about the higher contact. Will it be Manly's Mermaids or will it be the Wildfires from the Hunter? We'll know in about 35 minutes' time. We're back underway. Second half of this semi-final. And the Women's Premier 15s competition. And again, it's Nada Kalisimasi who's put the Mermaids on her back while she's been out there, but spent 10 minutes in the sin bin for a no-arms tackle. Manly haven't spent a lot of time down this end of the field, but the change of ends certainly helps. And here they go again, trying to find the overlap. They do through Pia Jackson once again. And she's going to be brought down maybe just short of the 22. But takes a while post-contact to finally shut that run down. Casey Jackson. One of many Super Rugby representatives playing in today's games. Ella Walker, 25 away now from the Wildfires line. Any score would take the lead for Manly, but that's not going to help. It's intercepted on the fly, but there was an advantage being played in back play. Well, we're having a chat with the assistant referee once again. Is this going to be another yellow card? Would this be the third of the match, possibly? And this would be the first one against the Wildfires. Hands in the pocket, and I don't think he's got hand warmers in there, I'm sorry to say, for Hunter. Susanna Cook called in, trying to work out a number here. And I've got to say, the Wildfires, they haven't got the easiest, most legible numbers on their jersey. This could actually play into their favour here because the referee doesn't have a number. Well, I'm sure that'll be in the rule book next season. But for now, Hunter get a massive let off. No culprit identified. The Mermaids are going to have an attacking opportunity, but the referees could not work out the number of the offender. Manly sideline not happy with that decision as we wait for the match ball to be retrieved from the creek behind St. Luke's Park North. I know you're not allowed to draft the balls anymore, but if that's gone in the water, you'd hope they'd make an exception. Nada Kalisimasi again, and this time Manly go the maul. We've seen them working this in the last 5 or 10 minutes of this game. Oh, it's all too easy for the Mermaids. Try time, Manly. Northern Beaches, you've taken the lead once more. Manly 10, Hunter 7, kick to come. And who else? Nada Kalisimasi puts him in front. So missed her first conversion attempt. This one's 10 in from touch, about 20 out. It's on her stronger side this time, though, to convert her own try and extend the lead to 5. I think that's going to fade away in front of the sticks. It's no goal. It's a 3-point game now. Manly 10, Hunter 7 in the second half of this semi-final. So for the first time since about the 4th minute, the Wildfires lead has been snuffed out. It's been extinguished, but maybe only temporarily. Manly deep in their own half again. Got marched upfield by a few penalties and errors. And that maul has finally paid off. Out the back they go to Moleka. Wildfires from their own end now. Little wraparound pass. And here the Wildfires go trying to stack something up on this open side. And are brought down on their own 10 metres. Trying to get support to the ball there. And hope is wrapped up. Struggling to get over the ad line here. And they go out the back. Cleared away by Kyle Little. But only as far as the opposite 10 metres line. And Manly with another attack to really stretch this Wildfire defensive line again. But it's been stolen by Harriet Neville, who has no one in front of her, but is being pursued at a rapid rate of knots. And it's a great tackle there by Mahoney to bring her down. Wildfire's trying to find a way through. There's gaps everywhere if they can get to it. It's a 3-0, and that's got to be offside, surely. The referee keeps his arm down. And Manly have it once more. And the referee was playing an advantage the other way. Looks like she came in from the side at the breakdown. Manly will have the penalty in their own 22 and can't be too far in from touch. The sun temporarily disappears behind the clouds. They're pretty thick clouds as well. Not much, if any, rain supposed to be forecast today, but after what we saw yesterday, you never know. Moleka finds touch. The line out to be marked about 30 away from their own line, so again, not a terrible amount of forward progress made off the kick. I don't suspect Manly will go for the maul here, unless they really feel confident they can drive it 70 yards upfield. But based off what we see, I wouldn't put that out of the realms of impossibility either. And here we go. We might find out the answer because they've already made 7 or 8 before the Wildfires can get to him. Penalty. Manly go quickly. The Mermaids on the attack once more. There's an overlap, but they can't get the ball out. And they're brought down about half a Gilbert short of the halfway line. Still with it now. Solid tackle over the top. Just arrests the momentum temporarily. Can't play the ball on the ground. Releases just in time. Temporarily halted for the moment. But Porhiva brings the ball over the contact, but it's a knock on. It's a Hunter scrum. This is right on the halfway line. Manly 10, Hunter 7. Still plenty of time left. Forget about bonus points. One of these teams will go through to next week's grand final. For the other team, it's season over. And you've got to think that maybe more than any of the other 4 clubs in these semis, Uni will know that. An undefeated season ending today is all for naught as Hunter go on the attack once again. Morgan, another one of the Super Rugby representatives, goes basically untouched, but can she get the ball down? Yes, she can. Wildfires have struck back. Wildfires 12, Manly 10, kick to come. And how quickly things can change. It's almost out of nothing. And they go 50 metres off the scrum base and take the lead back once more. So north of the Hawkesbury, you can almost hear it from Concord. I wouldn't be popping the champagne bottles just yet. But certainly plenty of celebration. North of the Mooney Bridge and Hawkesbury River. Kick pretty much right from the sideline, about 20 away from the goal line. Tough assignment, struck pretty well. And might have just crawled under the crossbar. No goal. Still Hunter lead. Manly 12 points to 10. It's a shortish kickoff and it's fielded on the run once again by the Wildfires. And I should just mention, as we're waiting for that kickoff, another gale of wind just blowing in from the left side of your screen. Probably could have used that on the conversion attempt. Awkward ball, and it's held well. Hunter 35 away from their own line. Trying to find a way through. It's another upright tackle, but referee keeps his arm down. Certainly very low impact, if any. Kick from the box, almost charged down. Waiadia Ellis has been a bit quiet in the mid part of this match. Plenty of talent. We know what she's capable of. But so far, haven't been able to unleash her just yet. Awkward ball, fielded around the heel almost. Manly still with it, but not making a ton of forward progress. Pass goes to ground. And it's with Pia Jackson again, who's looked a threat towards the sideline. And it's well brought down, and she's done well to stay in there. And there's a penalty. Side entry against Lynn Coolman, the Dutch representative. Right on the cross of the 10 metres line and 5 metre line. Looks for touch and finds it. Back on the attack they'll go. Well, you could almost put money on this being a rolling maul. Mermaids have to win it first, and they've overthrown it, and it's not straight. Now, unfortunately, for Manly at least, what you can't see on your TV feed is right as she's gone to throw that, the wind is howled in from the south once more. And let's just say it's gently guided that ball towards her own team. Hunter will have a scrum, 37 or so away from their own line. Still 2 points to the better. And as before half-time, just one conversion separates the teams. Who will play the winner of the Lionesses of Uni and Warringah? Hunter retain their own scrum unconvincingly, but they've messed up the pass, and forward goes Mahoney again. Still with it are the Mermaids. Through Namua again. And now Manly right back on the attack, and Hunter in trouble. It's an advantage being played for Manly. Crawling towards the line. Referee keeps an eye on it, says not yet. Still able to gain an advantage. Here she goes again. Has she got to the line? It's try time. Manly, and who else? Nada Kalisimasi again. Adds to her tally. Second try of the afternoon for her. Puts Manly back in the lead. Manly 15, Hunter 12 with the kick to come. Looks like some changes about to come back on for the Wildfires. Back and forth sort of game. I think it's gone an eye for an eye pretty much, or try for a try, I should say. So far, the conversion kicks have been the difference when Hunter have been ahead. Nana Kalisimasi will have a chance to convert this try and stretch the lead to 5. And the flags stay down. It's a reprieve for Hunter. Manly 15, Hunter 12, as we get ever closer to full time in this semi-final. The Wildfires are going to need to find a way to, pardon the pun, fire back up. Marlins with it once more from the kickoff, deep in their own 22, but doing well to get closer. Moving gradually away from their own goal line. Might be getting a light misting here. Be interesting to see if the weather does hold or not. Cleared away again from Moleka. Their own side of halfway, the Wildfires bringing it up over. Strong tackle. Did well not to make it illegal. And they reap the rewards. What a tackle. No release. And it'll be Manly ball once more. Manua Moleka will look for touch again and try and get to that rolling maul, that set piece. Wind's starting to blow against that kick. Swirling around a little bit down here. Just about finds the 10-metre line on the right side of halfway for him. We haven't gone beyond one score, the lead, either way this game. Manly with a chance to do that for the first time. It's been knocked on in the line out, I think. Referee sticks his arm out. Hunter have the advantage. Have possession. It's another strong tackle, getting support from the teammates. And again, apologies if I can't name all the players from down here. It's a bit hard to make out the numbers, even on a good day. Povey Hyatt, the try scorer, the first try scorer for the Hunter side. Tackled there. Gets support from Neville over the ball. Hunter yet to make it back over the 10 metres line and might have turned possession over again. Crawling off the mark, I think referee said she was held, not entitled to progress. At the moment, between Palm Beach maybe and the Harbour Bridge, there are some happy people thinking that this might be a day for Manly. Although I'm sure there are probably some people north of Narrabeen Lakes who would not be happy with that, as is the nature of the local rivalry, the Battle of the Beaches. And now a little bit of rain starting to come in as well. That'll throw a spanner in the works in these last few minutes. The latter stage of this one. Line out comes in. And it's been turned over again. Wildfires in their own 22 or just outside it, maybe. Sprinkles coming in rather. But it's with the Hunter now. Wildfires breaking up towards halfway. Big Don't Argue brought down a metre short of halfway. Back on the front foot now. And they'll be hoping this rain won't extinguish any Wildfires attack here. Shows and goes, avoids the obstruction just about. Has that been knocked on? It has been. It has been. Another chance snuffed out. They go the blind side. The Mermaids, a bit slow to come up from the scrum. But the Mermaids still on the attack. As we inch closer to full time, probably in the last 15 or so minutes now unofficially. Ball's come loose, and it's with the Hunter again. There's an advantage here as well. Not rolling away. Wildfires will look for touch on the far side and try and claw this back. It's 3 points the difference at the moment. Any score would tie it up. But the closer we get to full time, we will get 2 by 10 if we need it. But if we're tied at the end of that, as far as I'm aware, Manly having finished second and Hunter having finished third, if we're tied after 100 minutes, Manly go through by default. It's a cruel way for a season to potentially end. I feel like there's probably a better way to do it, but we've seen this across all sorts of union, and very rarely have we got to that point. Touch found. It looks like April Radford's the one that's made way with an injury. Scrum went down awkwardly. You hope it's nothing too serious. Hopefully something minor. It's been stolen at the line out by the Mermaids though. Jamie Studdy. Manly back over halfway. Under a lot of pressure though, but making meters over the gain line, and who else would it be? Nada Kalisimasi again. I think that is in the number 2. Ball goes to ground and pressure comes in quickly from the Hunter. Povey Hyatt, the try scorer. Strong counter ruck, but Manly get rid of it quickly enough. There's a penalty advantage as well in favour of the Mermaids. Kick through by Morleka again. There's an awkward tumble, tries to soccer it through. Referee's going to blow the advantage back. We might be having a chat here as well. Referee's gone straight to the pocket and pulled the car out. And looking at my watch, Hunter are going to have to play with 14 for a considerable amount of the remainder of this game. Kate Holland, I think that is, it's been pulled off. Or sent off by the referee for 10 minutes. The Brumby representative. Line out to come. Manly another chance to extend the lead and potentially put this one beyond one score. They retain their own line out through Studdy again. Big open side move here. Cook outside to Sheether. Wrapped up, tackled hard, kept legal. Good work by Serenity Mahoney there. Strong contact, drives her back. Can't force a turnover just yet. Maybe that yellow card's going to spark something. Because Hunter are now with a fire in their belly, but maybe too much. They've got to keep their discipline because it's another penalty advantage. That said, when Manly were down 2 players early in the first half, they were able to hold out Hunter. Can Hunter do the same? Is that a knock-on? Referee hasn't signalled anything yet. It's Pia Jackson again in the 11. And we go back for the other advantage. Manly sending some reinforcements to the table. Looks like Paul Hiva might be coming back on the vice-captain. Possibly Aisha White as well in the 23. Tap taken right on the 10 metres mark. Manly moving forward and making metres once more. Ball's caught up under the bodies, but eventually brought out again to Ellis. Ellis outside to Mahoney. Mahoney outside to Jackson. Can't get a clean run. Breaks through the contact. Inside the 22 now. Wildfires back out of that ruck. Trying to get numbers back in their defensive line. Still down a player for the next 7 or 8 minutes. There's another advantage for Manly, and there's numbers outside if they can get there to the corner. And we're going to have a discussion. Might have been Serenity Mahoney in the corner. All eyes on the referee. Try time Mermaids. Their 4th try brings up the first lead beyond 7. Manly 20, Hunter 12 with the kick to come. Time ticking away and one step closer to that grand final. Chance to go 10 points clear. And it is Serenity Mahoney. Tongan international. It'll be Nara Kalisimasi from the sideline just about. It's not going to make the distance. So the gap stays at 8. Still time left. Manly 20, Hunter 12. So the Sydney Uni Lionesses and Warringah's women's side. The Radettes looking like they're heading into the change rooms here at St Luke's North, getting ready to take on the winner of this one in next week's grand final. And either be a first loss for Uni or the continuation of the unbeaten season. This kick just about goes 10 metres and it's knocked on in the air by Studdy once more. Wildfires on the counter-attack, trying to close this lead at least and give themselves a chance at the end. But there's a knock-on. Well, the first time we've had consecutive scores by a side. Manly extending that lead. The Wildfires need a reply and quick. Still down to 14. And Kate Holland in the naughty corner. Well, we see a scrum against the feed here or something. They need a big push here, but Manly have looked the better side through the rolling maul, rather. They're going to need that stability as they defend their own half. If the team list is right, that would be Matilda Oliver coming on the 22. Scrum fed. It almost comes back towards the middle. It's a strong push by Manly. They retain eventually. Going down the far side once more and trying to put this one to bed well and truly. The Wildfires won't die wondering, though. You know that much about them. 35 away from their own line being held upright. Is this going to be ruled a tackle or a maul? Just the tackle. Through the back line they go, Manly. Cleared away there once again by Moleka. But at the back by Little. She's going to have to find something big here. Shows, holds it herself, tries to duck under the tackle, still going. About 46, 47 away now. 5 points has to be the aim here. Still keeping this one alive. Strong tackle there. Cosmata brought down. Penalty Wildfires. Not that I've been keeping account, but that's the first time in what seems like an eternity they've had the whistle blow in their favour. Opportunity here to close the gap and give themselves a shot towards the end of this semi-final. Almost a decoy run, illegally so. Still with the Wildfires now. The bench on their feet makes this job even harder from ground level, but still with it. Is that Cosmata in the one again? Going blindside out the back now. Towards the goal post, and they just bring it down with Hamilton. Trying to set up here, still a player down. Good pass, maybe a two upright tackle there. Referee keeps his arm down for now. There has to be numbers somewhere as Manly scramble to form their defensive line, but they are still a player short. Agonisingly close to the line as time ticks away. The clock is probably now as much of an enemy as the defensive line. They put this ball down. It's a strong tackle. And Coleman brought down in the two jumper. They're still keeping it alive. The Wildfires off the boot. Playing desperation right now. They've got to set up something here. The Wildfires make this one a close finish at the very least. Give themselves a crack. And there's concern for a play down here. And that's Serenity Mahoney down by the look of it in the 13 jumper. Hasn't moved too much. Referee stops the watch. Asking the question about how long's left in this yellow card. It'd be perfect timing for Hunter to go back to a full complement of 15 deep in the 22 of Manly. So Hunter make their change. Looks like Casey Jackson's back on. And it looks like Hunter will be making a change. They'll be replacing Holland by the look of it towards the end. Well, this is do or die time now for the Wildfires. There can't be too much time left. It is a two-score game. They at least need a try here to put themselves in position, if there is still time remaining once they score it, to take the lead or to at least equalise and get to extra time again. In the event of a draw, after the 70 minutes have elapsed and possibly two 10-minute extra time periods, Manly would go through by default, having finished second and Hunter third. All to play for, season on the line. Brooke Klingner on in the 20 jersey, nearest us in the commentary position here. It's won by the Wildfires. They were driven back but did well to hold it. There's something on brewing on the blind side if they can get hands out here. And they try to do it through Masters, the experienced player for them. And she's in. The Wildfires have a crack here, assuming there's time on the clock. And if it's who I think it is, if it is Ash Masters in the 6 that scored it, Wallaroo number 117 has just given some hope to the Wildfires. Is that the spark they need? Hunter 17, Manly 20, kick to come. Haven't heard the bell yet. Referee's asking the question as well, how much time is left? Don't know if I should be giving this information away on the stream, but a few fingers went up, but not many from the sideline. Clevy Hyatt to kick him within one. It looks good. It's pretty good. Is it long enough? It is. 1 point game. Hunter 19, Manly 20. The bell hasn't rung. I assume we will restart. Manly are walking this one up here. I wonder if the referee's just going to give him a bit of a hurry up. It is a 1 point game. The season comes down to this. Will it be the Wildfires? Will it be the Mermaids? Draw no longer possible, assuming that time is going to be expiring shortly. One of these teams is going through in 70 minutes of rugby. Deep kick-off into the Wildfires 22. They have to go coast to coast. They're going to have to go about 85 metres upfield to steal this and to eliminate Manly, who are the only team to have led by 2 scores today. Women's Premier 15's grand final on the line. And there's a knock-on by Hunter. Bell hasn't rung yet. The bell has not rung yet. But the Mermaids are surely only moments away from a grand final. One more set of phases, maybe. Who knows? Referee's time is official time. What you're seeing at home or on your app or on the stream is unofficial and only the elapsed time. 2 35-minute halves. How long that second one is remaining, we don't know. Scrum comes up in the front row. It's a penalty to Manly. It's an advantage, rather, coming through again. And they'll at least have a mulligan if they get something wrong here. Studdy does well to hold on to it, but it was not convincing. Advantage expires. All eyes on the table. The bell is still remaining on the table. And they're going to take the 3 here, the commercial play. And that's the bell. All they've got to do is kick this one dead, really. But you have to make a genuine attempt off the tee. What you don't want to do is give away a penalty here, buried deep within the rule book. Kick this one legally, kick it as far out of St. Luke's Park North as ever, and celebrate. It's not over quite yet. But this will be the final phases of play here. St. Luke's Park North goes silent. Stays low as long as it doesn't hit an upright. Well, she's kicked it anyway. It's the icing on the cake for Manly. And it finishes up here. Manly 23, Hunter 19. Manly will take on the winner of our next semi-final. Coming up right after this, it'll be Manly versus either Sydney Uni or Warringah in the grand final. It's a heartbreaking loss for the Wildfires, but Manly just barely go through. Well, one half of the grand final program has been decided. It will be Manly progressing next week, and it will either be